Good to know. Back to the magnified presentation, and so that's why we have this length greater than 0. As long as it's moving, normalize speed. Else, if it's not moving, velocity 0, stop animation. Okay, okay, clear. Nice to know. So velocity length. Since it is a vector, it is it has a dimension of length, property of length. We check its length, or get length, which is probably getter. And let's say velocity normalized. Okay, normalized times speed. And we say animated sprite 2D play. Okay, okay, okay. Let's see if I can add that. So I'm checking vector length greater than 0. So with all this, I also check if velocity dot length greater than 0, and then okay, well then velocity, I don't know who pressed that enter. Velocity dot normalized by speed. Yep, speed. And say anima animation. What animation? Animatio. What animation? What? Get animated sprite 2D. Okay, so in this node there should be this thing, animated sprite 2D. Why I'm not getting it? Why doesn't work? How come I'm not getting the code completion? Why? Animated sprite 2D, huh? Play. What? Animated sprite 2D play. Okay. Animated sprite 2D play. Anything else? Well, else. Animated sprite 2D dot play. What? Is it stop? Is it like this? No, it's just stop. Oh. Okay, and then it's just cut, stop, and I can take all this, well actually just this thing here, copy it and add it. Okay, this is in this version. Okay, gotcha. And add it to this version. No. So do it like this. Do behave. Control Shift Alt S. Save all this. Is it possible to run any of these scenes now? Also, we check normalization. We can prevent that if we normalize the velocity, which means we set its length to 1, then multiply by speed. That no more fast diagonal movement. The challenge in 2D games, or actual all diagonal movement. 2D, 3D. We also check whether the player is moving, so we can call play or stop on the animated sprite. String $sign is shorthand for get node. Okay, so get node. So in the code above, animated sprite 2D.play is the same as get node animated. See, okay. Okay, I'll just reuse, slap this on so I know. Same as in GDScript. $sign returns the code, the node at relative path from the current node, or returns null if the node is not found. Since animated sprite 2D is a child of the current node, we can use animated sprite 2D. I might just copy all this stuff. I'll put this all in my code. In the comment. Now that we have movement direction, we can update the player's position. We can also use clump to prevent it from leaving the screen. Clumping a value means restricting it to a given range. Add the following to the bottom of the process function. Make sure it's not indented under the else. Well, let me play first. First, let's do this. And don't do that like this. So $sign, and where do I go? Here, home, symbol, and what did I do? Paste. Go there, like this, and go home. So go here. And next line. Go. Same as this thing. And in GDScript, return, do this. This is good to have for my reference. I look in my code and I see, oh, that's why I don't need to search for the reference or the use case as sampler. And I do this for the other file also in both scripts. So this is the default and this would be my implementation. Have it there. Cool. And on process function, which is actually process function, add the rest of the code. And the rest of the code refers to, we got this reference, so position. So far I've learned that position is built-in member property variable for the given node, root node. Position is velocity plus equal velocity times delta. Position equal position clamp vector 0 screen size. So clamp takes two parameters. Does it take vector 2 0? Or something in that format? Position clamp. Position clamp vector 0 screen size. Why vector 0? Position clamp vector 0. Position the delta plus velocity times position times to update velocity and clamping restricting. Cool. So velocity delta position clamp. Okay, so in player GD, here in the process, position plus equal velocity times the delta and position plus what? It's equal the clamped. Do the clamping and behave like that, What this done in here, if it's moved, what? Why? If I say that position clamp, no, it's clamp vector 2.0. What was it? Delta? No, screen size. Screen size. Yeah, good. So copy this. This is player GD. Add this to the character GD. Like this. Go on like that. Control Shift Alt S. And if I run the scene, so I should be able to move our guy. Debugger, what's in the debugger? So this is for example player character body used. This is use case player character body that our bro here GD Doggy suggested on YouTube. And if I run the scene, which is player, we get nothing in the debugger but animation working and our boy here also moving. So what's the difference when using character to the body? And if I run this scene, so what's going in the debugger here? Errors. Which one? Where shadow variable class, local shadowing already declared property at the base class character body. Where is it? Where is it? At the base class character body. Where is line? Show me. Hide this. Close that. 17. Where is that thing? Speed, screen size. Where is the velocity? I guess it's built in the class. Is that it? It's shadowing. Wow. Treat it like override. Shadow variable base class. Error. And this is actually an error. Why would that be an error? So warning, the local shadowing and already declared property of the base class character body 2D shadow variable base class. I didn't delete the code. I just close this. Can I get, how do I get rid of this? The bugger, the bugger. Move bugger. Collapse all, expand all, stack trace. What's this? Oh, I get even that. Breakpoint. I said stop. I hit F8. What's going on now? If I change to the 3D, can I get rid of this panel down there? 100%. What? Is there an issue with the editor using it this way? Remove this. Kill the zoom. Full screen. Collapse this. Stop trace. How do I now get rid of the debug tools? We are not running, so do I run it again and say close? Now I have the output and I click output, it closes. But if I hit the bugger, okay, I just close it, pressing on it. Okay, gotcha. Let's get back to the streamer mode. Zoom in on this. So GD Doggy, it worked in both cases for the tutorial version, but your version throws an error and the tutorial version area 2D for the root node doesn't throw an error. So you were wrong and I was wise not to listen to you blindly. I didn't let you guide my hand into an error and I would now be, oh, where did I break this? How do I fix this? I fix it by doing two things at both versions at once. And now I can select the proper one for the main scene for the whole game, or in the game scene, the main one, create an instance of the one that works properly. So, just to get everybody up to date, let's go what happened actually here. So I got a suggestion in the chat on, let's say, another platform that you don't see in your chat. At the beginning of the tutorial, instead of using area 2D node for scenes root node, I was given a suggestion, use character body 2D node. And I said, okay, I know that sometimes tutorials are not properly updated for a given editor version. I'll take your advice. But since I'm doing this now for more than a few days in a row, I've figured out many features of the editor. And I've managed to adapt a workflow where I can, and I got familiar enough with the editor that I can fix issues that occur if there's a difference in the instructions given in the lessons, and so I say, okay, I'll take your advice, but I'll not implement it directly. I will actually create a version of a scene with your suggestion and keep following, create a scene with a version as the tutorial is suggesting. And it turned out that if I was to listen to the suggestion in the chat, do it that way, I would get with an error that I wouldn't know how to solve, because error says that I'm shadowing in my implementation a base class property variable with my implementation, while the tutorial version says okay, all fine, all green, no errors, and it works. And what's even interesting, the suggested implementation of the player character with character to the body didn't break. It ran nicely and performed as expected movement of the player character. So suggested by a viewer suggestion, solution from a viewer in the chat has 1 point minus in comparison with the tutorial, but still working. It's not rubbish, it didn't break, but it worked, but it raises the error. It would be perfectly fine to work with the suggested viewer's suggested character body 2D class if I would know all right away how to use it, because it does bring in many methods predefined and initializes character body 2D the variables almost the same way like tutorial is implemented them from the base, from like a blank slate, because character body 2D inherits and implements by default a speed and even a jump, but the jump could be for a like platformer, platformer, 2D platformer on the side. While the version of tutorial top-down doesn't require jumping. So that's the thing. But still everything works. So I would suggest everybody to do yourself a favor. If you're starting with something like Godot, do go through the given learning for GDescript from zero, the online app, web app, interactive web app to learn the GDescript, and go through the getting started step by step, so we can actually solve many issues that might raise or get in your way going through the maybe parts of tutorials or manual that is not updated to the current version you're using. Or even better, here what I have done, I've got enough comfortable with the editor that I, in the same project, implemented 2 versions of a same solution, and I can during development implement in parallel same methods in different scenes and test them to see until one or the other breaks, if it will break. I'm still getting familiar with the inbuilt classes. The inbuilt classes provide many problems already solved in advance. Like, for example, this example given for moving up, down, left and right, especially in the games moving diagonally when the directions are combined with the two horizontal, when the movement is happening both ways in both axes simultaneously, up and like horizontal and vertical. Diagonal movement results usually in the faster movement, and that's where here this bit of code, normalization times speed, reduces the resulting velocity, normalizing the diagonal speed and resulting the diagonal movement same speed like single axis movement, horizontal or vertical. For example, what would that mean? Is there a given example here on any illustration? Let's say in the over here. For more bare bone game development, everybody should get into that situation when they have to normalize speed, especially diagonal movement, both axes simultaneously. Many old, let's say for example, 3D games had that sense of a glitch when when there is a particular when some kind of combo like in Warframe results in a hyperspeed, like jump forward. The community voted for that bug, flying forward, to not get fixed, patched. So we get that feature in Warframe, that flying jumps forward. Or in some older 3D games, it was possible to walk up some walls. Like, let's say, I think some Quake 2, it was possible to turn back to the wall and sometimes diagonally move and go up the wall, moving diagonally backwards, walking backwards and sideways. Allowed slight movement upwards. So going further, that is the animation sprite implementation, animated sprite, stopping play animation. Clamping. Okay, let me check this clamping in the runtime. So we used clamping. I'll use the tutorial version of the scene. So let's see clamping. I can't go outside the game area, but I do touch it up to a center point of the player character. We are zoomed too deep in, but it's possible for me to proportionally scale down the game window. And okay, stop tomfoolery. Next step. And I thought, oh, I'll skip this 2D, but it turned out to be fun. what is still a bit of a mystery is how to figure out all the inbuilt helper functions, object classes that already solve many of the game development issues. Delta parameter in the process. Where did I stop? Let me repeat. This is the tip. Delta parameter in process refers to the frame length, the amount of time that previous frame took to complete. Using this value ensures that your movement will remain consistent even if the frame rate changes. Cool. Okay, I've done this test. If I get an error in the debugger panel that says attempt to call function play in the base null instance on a null instance, this likely means you spelled the name of animated sprite to the node wrong. Node names are case sensitive and node names must match the name you see in the scene tree. Okay. Should I put also this note or a warning? Must match name. How does this look in the editor? So animated sprite 2D sprite. Well, its name is matching. So do I maybe? So if I say, let's say, rename, say my, and in the script. So should I say my, or actually I'll leave it unchanged and press 6. Okay, attempt to call, so there is that's that warning saying, and this should then be fixed by my custom name, match the node name here and here. My, how do I rebuild? Pause, play. No, I'm not doing that. Debug session closed. Stack trace, where is that button? Okay, now if I run it, now it works. So my name, custom name, matching the reference to the node in the code. Cool. F8, close that, output debugger. Cool, close the output. Very nice, very nice. So what I'm doing here is actually clearing many assumptions and asserting the workflow learned so far. Like I was really twisting my tongue to verbalize the aspects of learning this, to make sure how the editor is objects, classes, nodes are referenced in the code. How does it reflect one to another? How the code members, variables and properties are exposed in the editor. Then we can build. Choosing animations. Now that the player can move, we need to change which animation the animated sprite 2D is playing based on its direction. We have the walk, which shows the player walking to the right. This animation should be flipped horizontally using the flip H property for left movement. We also have the up animation, which should be flipped vertically with flip vertical or downward movement. let's place the code. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Let's place the code at the end of the process function. So velocity x not 0, walk. This means that if we are not moving horizontally, then do this. If you're not, okay, so if x is let me verbalize this expression. Human readable, human understandable. So when we are moving left or right horizontally, the velocity x will not be 0, and then we'll play animation walk and we flip it vertically. So it's all. So what does this mean? That so the below note, Boolean assignment in code above are common shortcut for programming. Since we are doing a comparison test Boolean and also assigning a Boolean value, we can do both at the same time. Consider this code versus the one-line Boolean assignment above. What? Flip y false. Less than 0 else h. True, false. What? Okay. If we are not moving x, if we are moving y, up. Velocity y to, okay, animated sprite. Okay, what's going on at the bottom? And the first statement, if it's true, animate sprite to the flip h velocity. Oh, it means that we are doing the velocity evaluation and assignment. This is what the note is referring to. The note is referring that we can do the Boolean evaluation and assign the result of this evaluation to this. So flip it. Assign the result to the flip. Okay, it's not vertical flip, and do it if it is or not, or apply the result to this. On the horizontal axis, apply whether it's true or false. Okay. So how will this go? X, Y, animation up, animation walk. So we are, I guess this is animation assignment. Up, walk. And what was the previously? What was the animation? Just play. And we just have play animation. What was the default? What's the default animation? Play. Returns process clumps. What defines the default animation? how is the default animation? How is the default animation defined? So if I would, in the scene 2D, select player animated sprite, its animation. My animated sprite, animation sprite. Can I move this down? Can I change this order? Oh, the eye. Okay, we have the eye. Let's check this. Let me check this. If I hit F6. Okay, default is walk. Walk is the default one. How is that determined? How is that determined? Sprite. Give it to me. Resource 1 part. Animation. Select animation player now to create. Here it is. Okay, here it is, walk. Okay, walk up. So if I run it now, F6, now it'd be looking up. Okay. Except the eye, there are no distinguishable. So the default one is set to walk. And how do I get it? Now it shows, okay. Okay, so in the script, I would say in the script, animation. How do I collapse this? How do I collapse it? Sprite, animate sprites, okay, maybe like this. Where does this code go? Clump vector animate. This code would come where now the player can move. We need to change animation. Let's place this code at the end of the process function. Okay, at the end. So the velocity is a give off for the direction, and it will have a either plus or minus vector direction, let's say, prefix. So I check if it's horizontal, it will be 0, and for horizontal I make sure it's animation set to walk, and it's okay. I need to flip it one way or another. So if it is okay, that's why this so what will be the resulting animation sequence? Will this flip completely? Is this supposed to flip the turn, rotate? Flip vertically, so it needs to head point left or right by also that will be determined by whether it's greater or so flipping it horizontally. But by default it's vertical. How do I determine how much flipped? What's the but that will just be visible on the eye. It will just be flipped, mirrored, symmetrical, not rotated. We'll need also to rotate it. That's the thing, not just flip it. Still needs rotation. Let's see if I'm right. So okay, I imagine when you're sure the movement is working correctly, add this to line ready, so the player will be hidden when the game starts. Hide. Oh, we are not rotating it. Let's rotate it. Make it rotate. 3 hours in the stream. Wow. Am I halfway in? No. How, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Less than halfway in. I'm not stopping till before I'm done. Not stopping until I'm done. No. Common mistake here is to type the names of the animations wrong. The animation names in the sprite frames panel must match what you type in the code. If you name the animation capital walk, you must also use capital. Okay, so let me see if I can code this manually. So we are doing flipping, assigning animation, and disabling flip on vertical, and make sure that it's flipped on a horizontal axis as modified by the vector plus minus greater or less than 0, and for the y-axis there is no disabling horizontal flipping. Sprite animation walk, flip y, false. Velocity, flip y, flip. Flip horizontal, flip vertical. Greater, this here is greater, there is less than. Where the reset occurs. Animation up, okay, I guess default is the way it's implemented in the animation sprite animator. Greater than, and less than 0, greater than 0. For horizontal flip it is less than 0. Alright, I already forgot what I'm doing. But I'll try. So I'm supposed to say if velocity on the x is not equal to 0. So if we are moving, on the x-axis, my animated sprite to the animation equal walk. Is that it? And It's yes, animation walk, animated 2D sprite flip false. Okay. So I guess don't flip it. My animate sprite dot flip vertical equal false. And well, then my animated sprite dot flip h equal the resulting. I'm checking whether it's velocity on the x is less than 0, and I can copy all this and here, else do I need anything here? It is up, but we don't have this. What we have here? Oh no, else, else. What is it? Else if? Y velocity y greater than 0, because going down, default is pointing up. We want to flip it down, and that means that if it's pressed down, velocity will result the positive value, and that will be evaluation against greater than 0. Then this will return true, and flipping vertical is enabled. So is there else a statement? Velocity, no, okay, else if, oh, it's else if, okay, I got you. So it's else if vector. Come on, what you doing? Vector. Can I get a hint vector dot y not equal 0 also, right? What did you expect? Else if? What? Elif. Oh, Elif. Identifier vector. Velocity. Not vector, velocity. Velocity. And everything is out of the red. And I copy all this in this implementation, but not this way, rather this way. No, I'm still having the wrong script showing. Where are scripts? Show me scripts. Okay, here in this script. Full screen. Okay, this is the here's the pointer for this. So this is our ready function. Paste this and you're welcome. Control Shift Alt S. Okay, now everything is clear. Play the scene again, check that image correctly for each of directions. When you're sure the movement is working correctly, add this line to ready so player will be hidden when the game starts. Oh, what will reveal the player? What will reveal the player? How do we reveal the player? You noticed I didn't take a break on each hour mark here. It's very I feel very what's the term? I feel challenged and engaged, and I want to keep going while I'm in the zone, not leaving the zone.